Okay, so have you ever wondered, what do I have to do if I have to cancel my Disney vacation? Or what happens if you want to book a last minute Disney vacation? If you want some tips and tricks on what to do if you're in that sort of circumstance. Well, stay tuned because we're going to talk about all of that today. Hey you guys, it's Alessa and welcome back to That Disney Girl. So I've had a pretty crazy week. There's been lots of things that have been happening. I got some bad news that ended up meaning I had to cancel my Disney vacation. So just lots of negative things that ended up happening. I didn't think I was gonna make a video, but then I started to realize that everything that I was doing this week to kind of deal with this cancellation of my Disney vacation and then the possible rebooking of my new vacation was really important for other people who might be going through the same sort of thing. So I figured I would talk to you guys today about what to do if you need to, first of all, cancel your Disney vacation, and then also if you are maybe not even canceling it, but just, booking a Disney vacation, but you're doing it really last minute. I feel like I've developed a few tips and tricks this week, or just realized a few things. We're gonna talk about all of that today, and let's get started. Okay, so if you've ever thought about canceling your Disney vacation, or if you're actually just planning a normal Disney vacation, I think that the cancellation policy for Disney is something that's important and something that you should really clock before booking your Disney vacation, just in case you know that something could happen possibly in the near future that could mean you'd have to cancel that Disney vacation. So let's look at the cancellation policy. So basically, if you're canceling 30 days prior, so like 30 days before you have over 30 days before your Disney vacation, you're gonna get all of your money back, no problems, no questions. It'll just go right back onto your account. If you are canceling between 2 and 29 days before your vacation, this is where Disney has the opportunity to charge you a cancellation fee, which is gonna be $200. So I had to cancel my Disney vacation about 5 days out. So I was within this time period window, and if you're canceling that close to a Disney trip, it's likely because you got some really terrible news. There's maybe a really bad illness that's going on. There is likely a very big reason why you would be canceling so close out to a trip you've been planning for a very long time. So when I ended up calling Disney directly instead of canceling it just on the site, make sure you call them and explain your circumstances, and 9 times out of 10, the cast member will be very compassionate to your situation as long as you have a real reason as to why you're canceling, and they will waive that cancellation fee. This is not going to happen every single time, and I can't guarantee that it's going to happen to you every single time, but it did happen for me. I was reading on other people's blogs when they had to cancel a trip due to like a sudden death in the family, like I said, illness, just something like that happened immediately, and everybody always said they ended up waiving that cancellation fee and they got all of their money back. So if that's something you're worried about, all you have to do is give Disney a call and likely they'll understand where you're coming from. But if you are canceling 1 day out, you are going to lose everything, like your entire vacation, the whole package. They're gonna take all of that money from you, or if you're a no-show, the same sort of thing happens. I did, however, while I was reading different people's questions and blogs on canceling their Disney vacation, I saw that there were people that ended up having like emergencies or deaths in the family that happened literally while they were on their way to the airport, and that Disney ended up refunding them. So it doesn't mean you won't have a chance in getting your money back, but if it is that 1 day out before, you really are taking a big gamble. Okay, so what we basically have learned from that is you have to make sure you call Disney directly if you are canceling your vacation for your best shot in getting your money back, especially if you're within these time frames of not being able to get your money back or being able to lose a chunk of what you put down. Okay, so obviously I was super bummed to have to cancel my Disney vacation. This is something I've been looking forward to for like the past 100 days when I booked it, and it sucks to have to cancel a vacation even if you have a good reason why you have to. It's just never something that you want to do, and I realized that I just really wanted to get back to Disney as soon as I could, just because there's been so much negative things going on that I just really need a dose of magic. So I figured I'm going to book the next possible moment that I could go, which was just like 2-3 weeks later. And for me, that's gonna be March 2nd to 8th. So that's really coming up soon from the time that I'm filming this video. It's like basically almost next week. That's really close. There was really like no hotel availability, nothing for like a good price. Before, I was able to get the All-Star Sports for $111 a night, which is like a wicked deal. You don't find that ever. And now All-Star like music was at like $250, $300 US. It was just like, what's going on? Everything was so expensive. Even the campsites were at like $120, $130 US. So I just was wondering, how the heck am I going to be able to book a last minute vacation and make it affordable and make it something that I can actually enjoy and not like gouge my entire bank account? So originally I was looking at staying off property. This is definitely an option for you. If you have a car, it's going to be super convenient because you're not going to be relying on Disney transportation. I myself will not be having a car since I'm going to be traveling solo. Off property, you're going to be able to find some decent deals. And a big one that I would recommend is looking at like the Disney affiliated resorts that are off property, but they're basically like the Disney Springs Resort. So there's going to be a lot of Wyndhams there. There's like a Best Western. If you go on the Disney website, you will be able to see all of those resorts. And those are usually going to be a lot cheaper, and you're going to get most of the perks you're going to get when you stay on property, aside from Magical Express. But aside from that, you're going to have transportation to the parks. You're going to have the ability to book fast passes 60 days out. You're going to be able to go to early magic hours, late night magic hours, extra magic hours, the way that people on Disney resorts are able to do. So you do get all of those perks, you just don't get like I said, that Magical Express, and you're not going to get a magic band, but you can of course buy that at the parks if you want to have one. So that was another one I was looking into. The only bummer about staying at those Disney Springs resorts is the fact that they have a pretty hefty price tag for the nightly hotel fee, whereas Disney does not have those nightly hotel fees, which is for me a huge plus. Because basically, like, maybe you're going to be paying $200 for a room at one of those Disney Springs resorts, which in my case would have been a lot cheaper, but I would be paying about $15 to $30 US on top a night just because of the hotel fee. So it really does bump that price up, and you might not realize it since it's like really small when you're looking online, and you're not going to basically have to get charged for it until you're actually at the hotel. But like I said, I wanted to stay on Disney property. I wanted to do it in a way that I could afford it, and I wanted to do it with under 2 weeks to book it, and I did. So I am going to be staying again at the All-Star Sports, which is where I was previously staying, and I was able to do it for a pretty good price. And like I said, it wasn't online. You were not able to find All-Star Sports as at all available. I was able to find it available for like the first day, but not for like a 5 consecutive day trip, not even for like 3 days consecutively. It would have been like a really mishmashed sort of vacation, trying to like place myself in different hotels, and like I said, at very high price points. But I gave Disney a call, and when I was speaking to the cast members on the phone and they were looking up reservations, sometimes they have access to reservations that may have just been canceled or just aren't available online yet, and they are able to give you that on the phone. So I was able to speak to a cast member. He was able to get me a 5-night stay at the All-Star Sports consecutively, all for a pretty decent price. I paid $900, like all in total for all 5 nights, which is a little bit high, but not too bad, especially since it's maybe like $100 more than I was going to be previously paying, so it's not too big of a deal. And I was able to get that. He literally moved. He went on and found my Disney Experience account, and he was able to put that reservation into my cart. So all I literally had to do was check out. And since I was talking to him on the phone, I was able to give him my flight information so I can get the Magical Express ball rolling. And even if, let's say, you are booking it like the day before and you want to take Magical Express, but you are not going to get that like Magical Express ticket that you're going to have to give when you go to the little concierge desk at MCO, or when you're going to have to give when you're getting onto the Magical Express, that's okay. All you need to do is go and explain to the cast member that you have a vacation booked, you just booked it last minute, you haven't gotten your ticket to get on the bus in the mail yet, but they're gonna have your name on file and they'll definitely let you get in. And when you get that ticket normally in the mail, you'll also get luggage tags. So luggage tags, basically, if you're staying on Disney property, you basically already probably know this, but Disney will take your luggage from the airport and bring it directly to your room, so you don't have to wait at the turnstiles. But like I said, if you're booking last minute, you might not be able to get those tags in the mail on time. But no worries, Disney will still definitely provide this service. All you have to do is, once you get to that little concierge desk where you're going to check in for the Magical Express, you need to keep your luggage stubs and also your airplane ticket, and you're going to give it to them. And from this, they'll be able to find your luggage. I've never done this before, but I read online that it is a possibility, so you don't really have to miss on anything if you're booking a last minute vacation. And so back to me getting the the 5 nights at All Star Sports for a good price, something that wasn't available online. That just leads me to my next kind of point is, even if you're booking this last minute trip and let's say you don't really like the hotel you're staying at, you want to do like a split stay but nothing else is available, book what you can at the moment when you call Disney and you get what is available, and then keep calling. Call every day and see what's available. Has there been any cancellations? 9 times out of 10, people cancel their vacations all the time, and rooms are going to free up. So there is a good chance you will be able to get a room, maybe not at the perfect resort or hotel, as long as you have some flexibility in that. I think you'll definitely be able to get something that is still very magical and lovely, has amazing theming, and it is going to give you a great Disney vacation. So make sure that you're always calling, because those cast members are going to have access to things that you're not going to be able to see online. And also, if there are any price drops that you notice, all you have to do is give Disney a call. They will apply those price drops to your package and you'll get that money back. So yeah, just basically be on top of it and give Disney a call whenever you have a moment, just to check in on how things are going. But when you're booking a last minute Disney vacation, it is important to be flexible. Like I said, you have to be flexible on your hotel room. You're gonna also have to be flexible on your fast passes, because you might not get the perfect fast pass, because like in my sort of circumstance, I wasn't booking 60 days out, I wasn't booking 30 days out, I was literally booking them like 10 days out. So most of those high ticket fast passes are already gone for me. I'm not able to find Flight of Passage right now. Runaway Railway attraction, that's gonna be open when I'm heading there, and I can't find anything for that. The Mine Train, Slinky Dog. Basically, I can't find any of the major attractions on FastPass at the moment, but that is why the My Disney Experience app is going to be your best friend, especially learning how to modify on it. So you have a few choices in this sort of circumstance. You can either book fast passes for what's available and keep those and enjoy your time, and then once those 3 run out, get some more, whatever's available. You'll still have fun as long as you're, like I said, being flexible. And of course, you always have the opportunity to wait in the standby lines. And for some of those major attractions like Millennium Falcon, there's a single rider line, which is another way that you can kind of combat the long standby line, because you could just do single rider. It's going to be a lot shorter. There's ways that you can navigate around that, going park open, park closed, ways to deal with those long lines. But you can also do same-day fast passes or continuously modify your fast pass. So you're just gonna go back into your My Disney Experience app and click modify on your fast pass, and then you're gonna be able to see what other attractions are available. And people, just like their vacations, are constantly changing, deleting, modifying their fast passes. So a lot of the time, those big attractions are going to come back onto the My Disney Experience app as an option. You just need to continuously be on there so you could catch it when it does. Again, this is not something that's guaranteed, but just this past weekend, it's literally the Disney Princess Marathon weekend, and there is one guy that I follow on my Instagram. He did same-day fast passes and got literally every big fast pass. He got Slinky Dog, he got Mine Train, he got Flight of Passage, he got everything literally just like right before he walked into the parks. So it's totally possible. I see people doing it all the time. You just gotta be diligent with that app, or like I said, just accept what you got and then do the standby lines and just time them right so that you can have the smallest wait possible. Another big thing that people love doing in the planning sort of adventure when it comes to a Disney vacation is those ADRs, so advanced dining reservations. You're able to book these bad boys 160 days before your vacation, so it's a long time to kind of get ready to decide where you're gonna eat 160 days later. But when you're booking last minute, a lot of dining reservations are gonna be gone. And when you're headed to Disney, standing by at a restaurant, like a park restaurant, isn't always going to be a possibility. Even inside a resort restaurant or Disney Springs, you might be looking at like 2-3 hour waits, because mostly everything in Disney is going to be done by reservations. So if you're looking to have sit-down table experiences and you're doing a last minute vacation, here are my tips. You can still do an ADR. You can still find things that are going to be advanced dining reservations, but it might not be for the big popular restaurants. Like for example, you are likely not gonna get be our guest a week out. And that's not to say that you won't get it. Like I said, cancellations happen all the time. But I think the best way to go about still getting an ADR, having a table service experience at a very good restaurant, one that is gonna have availability for you, is to kind of start to look outside the box. And by that I mean go to resorts. Every resort on Disney property, aside from the values and a couple of the moderates, are going to have table service restaurants. And likely a lot of the time, sometimes they'll have multiple table service restaurants. And if you're looking at some resorts that maybe won't be as popular as others or just are a little bit more out of the way, they're gonna have dining reservations that are likely gonna be open until the moment that you actually get to the restaurant. So you'll still get a really good meal, and it's gonna be something that you might not have tried before because it's not the most popular option. For example, if you really want a good table service restaurant and you are looking for like a last minute ADR, check out Sanaa during the day at Animal Kingdom. You're gonna have an amazing meal, something that you might not have seen before. You're gonna be able to look at the animals in the safari savannah view while you're eating, and you're not gonna have to stress about trying to find a time that works for you. There's probably gonna be a lot of times available. And that's just one of many Disney restaurants that are gonna be within a Disney resort that won't be as popular because they're not on the main path, like they're just not at the parks, or they might not be as easily accessible. So I'm talking about resorts that might not be on the monorail line, resorts that are not going to be on the Skyliner line, resorts that you'd actually need to like kind of take a bus to get to, or a minivan, or drive out. They're going to be a little bit tougher to get to, but you're likely going to be able to score those dining reservations and still have really good meals. And if you want to be able to get those ADRs for those big ticket restaurants like California Grill, for example, this is something that is so hard to score, but when you do, it's amazing, and doing it a week out, there's a good chance you won't be able to. But if you wanted to, a lot of these big Disney restaurants have lounges where they serve basically the exact same menu that they serve in the dining room. So this is kind of gonna be more of a bar-ish area, but you're gonna still be able to get a table with a seat. You're gonna be able to order exactly what you want, and these are all going to be walk-in only. So there is a big list. Just look up for Disney World restaurant lounges, and you can look at all of your favorite restaurants and realize that probably half of them have a lounge that you can access. And like I said, they're walk-in only. You don't have to worry about fighting other people to get those ADRs because it's just whoever shows up first are gonna get the tables, work like a totally normal restaurant. And the last thing you need to accept when you're doing a last minute Disney vacation is something that I've already mentioned, and it's just that you need flexibility and you need to accept whatever is available and kind of take it as it goes. You might not be getting the exact perfect Disney vacation, and if that's something that you're looking for, I wouldn't suggest taking a really last second Disney vacation, but if you want to get to Disney for a really special event, you're celebrating something, maybe you're like me, you have to cancel a vacation and you want to get back to the magic as soon as possible. So if you're able to accept that things aren't going to be exactly how you want them, but you're willing to do what you have to do to make them happen, for example, like I said, modify those fast passes, give Disney calls, make sure that you're checking out those lounges, keep refreshing that app to see what's available. If you're doing all of those things and putting in a little bit of extra work, likely you're gonna get a lot of the things that you didn't think you were able to get, and plus, by not getting the things you wanted, you'll be able to swap them out with something that you wouldn't have done in the past, and it's gonna create a new Disney experience for you. So it's definitely possible in the end is what I'm trying to say. It's definitely possible to do it on a budget. If you've ever had to cancel your Disney vacation, let me know how that went for you in the comments below. I'm sure that other people who are watching this video are going to be curious to know what they have to do or how it was for other people when they had to cancel their Disney vacation. If you had to rebook your Disney vacation after that, let me know how it went. Or if you are someone who just is booking a last minute Disney vacation, have any questions, or someone who has done it in the past, let me know your questions, let me know your tips and tricks. This is gonna help anyone who is curious about it. So make sure that you do all of that, and if you're enjoying this video, you enjoyed this video, it helped you out a little bit, make sure that you give it a nice big thumbs up. And if you like looking at anything Disney, from Disney reviews, tips, tricks, Disney history, Disney theories, you gotta make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna try to post every single week, and if you ring the notifications bell, you'll know exactly when I do. So until next time, I will see you all real soon. Bye everyone!